After what the blogs are saying about Bobby Shmurda, his legacy might just be over. So I'm going through the headlines looking for things to talk about, and I almost skipped over this. But I wanted to focus in on it because I'm a real Bobby Shmurda fan. Or am I? I actually thought about today and realized that Bobby Shmurda doesn't have more than 3 songs that I even know. So when I heard that he was on tour, it kind of threw me in a loop because I'm like, how do you go on tour without no music? Now, we all know about the hot nigga and all that. That's cool. You feel me? He also got computers and all that. But when we really think about on the spectrum is how could he run a whole tour off of just those 3 songs and nothing else? So I read in the headlines that Bobby Shmurda's tour got canceled. You know what I mean? He could barely sell 10 tickets per city. And I'm surprised, man. This is like Bobby Shmurda, like the same Bobby Shmurda that had everybody doing the Shmurda dance, man. I mean, it's the same Bobby Shmurda that, you know, everybody thought was so loyal for doing extra time for Roddy Rebel. And then in 2025, it's like 10 tickets is, you know, nothing, light work. This video, just to let you know, is not to bash Bobby Shmurda. It's just to wake him up a little bit. Ever since he did that record, you know, and I remember it took over the city. Yo, let me tell a story about what it felt like when you heard Hot Nigga for the first time. And I just remember watching everybody do that dance from the club to the streets. Everybody was just on it. I remember when he got locked up, and I watched the whole tri-state and just everywhere. I'm not going to say tri-state. Everybody just rallied up, and, you know, it was a real free Bobby Shmurda type of vibe. You feel me? Then Shmurda did his time. Once we found out Shmurda time got extended, you know, a little bit so he could help Roddy Rebel, I think we all solidified him as good with me. Good with you type thing, you know? Now, that was cool. Then it gets to the point where they're about to come home. Now, when they did come home, I can't remember a song of when they came home. I can't remember of them coming home with a song that solidified them back in the music. Roddy Rebel, you know, he made a few attempts and stuff, but nothing really hit. Bobby Shmurda, though, I don't remember nothing. He did like a club-type song, and he was doing these weird-ass dances and stuff. Now, I could bring up all the video from under this, but I'm choosing not to because I'm talking directly to him. After all of that, I lost track of who Bobby Shmurda was, and I felt like he needed to come home and get comfortable. Then I remember when he did that Funk Flex freestyle, and I'm just going to point it out. That was terrible. So there hasn't been no attempt towards anything that would lead to him actually having a successful tour. Now, his tour, you know, the Stay Alive tour or Still Alive tour, it was supposed to go on for like, you know, a month and a half, but I don't even think he has the records to really do a whole tour. Let's really talk about it. It's only 3 songs. Like, if you really claim to be a Bobby Shmurda fan, how many? Name more songs than 3 that people know. And then if you did that then and then you never actually picked it up, then that means that you're probably you're 10 years past your prime at this point. So, you know, hearing that his ticket sales are low is a sign that I think support is not what it is. Support is actually a myth. Support is actually an illusion. Support is not something tangible that's enough to hold on to where people will go, they got to go do it. I don't even remember even seeing anything related to that man's tour. I want to ask y'all in the comments, have any of y'all been alerted that he was going to be on tour? But, you know, it just kind of goes back to, you know, what I'm saying about the seriousness of taking this serious. There's a lot of other artists that are putting in that work that are deserve way more opportunities than Bobby Shmurda does deserve. Now, I'm not taking away from, you know, the hot nigga song and all that, but it got to come to a time where you do something else and reinvent yourself. Now, you know, those type of low ticket sales, it's a sign. It's not the first time I heard Bobby Shmurda say that the industry not treating him right. You know, he was saying that, you know, he don't want to paint his nails, so they don't want to let him in. But it's not that, bro. It gets to a point like they don't want to let you in because you don't have no music for them to let him in. Now, how I think Bobby Shmurda could win, because that's probably the key to this whole video, is he needs to do podcast, video, visual. He needs to have some type of a show that's geared around him. Put a production around him, and I think it'll go because people don't want to hear what he got to say. He's a, you know, entertaining guy and stuff like that, and that'll build up the buzz. I mean, even DDG just did a show, and he's well known on the internet, and I didn't see a lot of people in that crowd. There's about 20 people in the crowd. So I'm not saying that a lot of people didn't come. I'm just saying that everything that you think it's going to be may not be what it's going to be. Now, this is y'all time to let me know, you know, your Bobby Shmurda stories and how, you know, what's your view, and do you feel like, you know, he can still come back, or do you think that his time is over? Do you think that maybe, you know, what I said earlier might be a better option for him? All these views are views from y'all. Y'all heard my views this whole video, so make sure y'all do that, and do not forget to subscribe and hit the top bell. All right, I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here.